Hi guys, it's Ken with this week's News Refresh. The big three have constantly battled to earn the title for best towing, torque, payload, and even whose truck has the strongest metal. Now RAM says that they just took the belt for the title that matters the most for us off-road enthusiasts. That's right, RAM just introduced their heavy-duty 2017 Power Wagon, and they're already boasting that no one in this segment offers this much off-road capability. Period. Now, before we give them that title belt, let's see what their new truck's got. Meet the 2017 RAM Power Wagon. This is part of Ram's new 1-2 punch to knock out the off-road truck segment. Their other effort being a 4x4 off-road package on their 2500 heavy-duty pickups, which will include a rear anti-spin differential and hill descent control. But let's focus on the reason that we're all here, the new Power Wagon. RAM dipped into the styling cues they used for the Rebel by putting on a similar plastic blacked out front fascia and the big RAM logo on the tailgate. They also added some new styling cues in the form of a thick vertical Power Wagon graphic. Now, we think it looks nice, but looks won't get you very far off-road. Thankfully, RAM is packing the Power Wagon with a ton of standard off-road chops too. For starters, the rear axle is beefed up to an 11.5-inch ring gear as opposed to the standard 10.5-inch axles. The rear axle shafts are also enlarged and electronic locking differentials are fitted to the front and the rear. The Power Wagon suspension adds more than 2 inches over the standard 2500. RAM went with Bilstein mono tube dampeners in the front and an anti-roll bar that can be disconnected to reach greater axle articulation. You can also disconnect it in 4x4 mode while going under 18 miles per hour, and it'll automatically reconnect when you go over that speed. In the rear, the coil springs also get Bilstein shocks as well as a third Bilstein dampener that connects the top of the axle to the truck's frame. Power comes from the vetted 6.4-liter V8 Hemi, which produces 410 horsepower and 429 pound-feet of torque through a 6-speed auto and a part-time Borg Warner 4447 manually shifted transfer case. When driving in four-wheel low, the throttle response is softened and the engine's idle speed is increased, which will help it out when it's crawling. RAM also rounds its off-roading specs out with some must-have accessories, except they'll come straight from the factory. This includes skid plates to protect the fuel tank and transfer case, as well as a 12,000-pound winch. Another cool addition is the dual alternator system, which combines separate 220 and 160 amp alternators for a hefty 380 amps. And that should help you run all the lights that you have on your Christmas wish list. With all this off-road factory prowess, it's hard to argue the Power Wagon isn't the top dog when it comes to heavy-duty trucks. But would you buy it over a light-duty Raptor or TRD Pro? You can let us know in our poll right here. I'm Ken, and you've just been refreshed.